Squirrels are known for saving, but with the help of AARP, they won't be the only ones. From planning to budgeting, AARP is here to help you stretch your dollar further. So take on today and every day with AARP. Learn how at takeontoday.aarp.
Mike, did you mention that she's coming down here? She's coming down here in a couple of years, couple of weeks?
No, I know that you're actually going to a festival away from South Florida in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And Alanis Morissette is actually headlining one of those nights opposite of Queens of the Stone Age. And I know you'd probably see Alanis Morissette.
Probably, yes.
I mean, I've never seen Alanis Morissette. And by the way, you can catch Queens of the Stone Age a couple days before because they're playing Bayfront. So it's all good, brother. Is that a fine?
$2.
That's a fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
fine. Okay. You do the brother in. It's like an extra $5.
It's okay. It's okay. I was probably good until the brother, which is weird because it's a music fine, but whatever.
So
it's a brother fine for me, man.
Here, I've got Stugotz. There's something happening around here, brother. And we like to be transparent, even though we can be satirical. And you've probably seen in recent months how the shipping container has gotten muscles and stronger, and we wanted to start the show today the way that the show started after the Dwayne Wade game, which is the shipping container going crazy, speaking for Miami, being what the newspaper column after a big win used to be, that thing that got you to re-experience last night. They come out of the box. It's hysterical. There's passion. They're swinging wildly. Everyone loved it. They knocked me out of the way. The urinator, the rational one. Get him out of here. Woo! Dwayne Wade in your bleep. Maybe it's in your face. I don't know why we put it in your bleep. Regardless.
Weird.
Mike, you have had all sorts of trouble. You're trying. You are fired up about the Miami Heat and a playoff game tonight that you want to feel. You want South Florida. You want these young people from Philadelphia who have never been in this to feel the weight of South Florida.
Oh, the way that you said it. See, every time that I'm doing it, it's pretty legit for real me. But when we start the show 2 days ago, the way that we started it, after that amazing Dwayne Wade game, I'm essentially the trainer slapping John Henderson before games, trying to get people into it because I'm the only one that's that jazzed about this.
All right, let me explain something to the people listening in the audience. Mike is an irrational, obnoxious homer. He is being met in that shipping container about Heat playoff basketball with what can only be described as yawning indifference.
Yes. Absolutely.
Chris, you laugh in the background, but I mean, Billy's sitting here just obsessed with the Marlins.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't actually care about the Heat. Roy, some way that's inexplicable, is doing nothing but watching NHL.
Well, he's got 3 teams.
Right, the 3 teams. He's got to follow the 3 non-playoff teams he's got in the NHL.
None of them are playing, by the way.
By the way, he has 4 teams now because Vegas.
Yeah.
So he's got a playoff team.
Yeah, 2 each conference.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
The odds of having 3 teams in the NHL
right.
be your favorite teams and none of them making the playoffs.
It's like an SAT problem, like word problem. Like, how is this possible?
Right.
Like, I have no
Mathematically,
clue.
how is it possible that put this on the poll, Guillermo? Can there mathematically or in any way be a fan who has 3 favorite hockey teams and none of them are in the playoffs? Like, does that thing exist anywhere other than looking right at me? From what I must add is not the color of skin you'd expect to have that particular fandom. I can say that without being racist. I can.
Can you?
I don't know.
All right.
So the pre-show meetings are essentially, and this may be a dated reference because people don't go to malls anymore, but you know when you're courting a lady or boy and they want to go somewhere like the mall and you really don't want to be there, but you go anyways because you like the girl or boy? That's what the pre-show meetings are, where I'm just jazzed up about the Miami Heat, and they're going along with it kind of because they have to.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you this question, because I think this is the next play right here going forward.
But Mike wants it to come from a genuine spot.
I keep trying to explain to them all the storylines. Yeah. I mean, this is such a great series, and nobody is into it. Allison's a Sixer fan, and I'm like, yeah, in your face. And she's like, yeah, in my face. She's totally apathetic to it. And I'm like, yeah, we crushed your Sixers. You're a Sixers fan. Process. Your whole process is just we're due. Last time you won a title was before we even existed. Loser loser. And she's like, yeah, I'm a loser. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, because it's not like the Sixers have any recent history to celebrate either.
Is it possible that we're the accurate representation of Miami, though? Because, I'm on the Heat's website, and there's plenty of tickets available for tonight's game.
It's a resale market. It's a resale market.
Yeah, listen, I know the resale market well, Bill. It is. It's the resale market.
Okay, well, let's just backtrack for a second because this is a big Heat basketball game tonight. It feels like one.
I could get in for $59. It doesn't feel like a big game.
No, 400 level. Can I answer your question with an absolute no? You do not represent what Miami is. Okay, because this is a basketball town. This is playoff basketball. And I'm over here pretending to be excited for your Miami Marlins every time we're doing it. Throughout an entire offseason, the Heat had a 6-seed level season. This was pretty exciting basketball, especially with Dwayne Wade coming back. Okay? We have something to actually be excited about, Billy. So while I pretend to be excited about your minor league baseball team, you actually rep a team that's in the playoffs and will likely go to the NBA Finals.
You got a point.
It will be likely.
Well, maybe
What? You saw the Cavs last night?
I'm sure they're going to make it to the next round.
Yeah. What?
Whoa! Hey.
Brother.
Brother.
How would we have started the show, Mike, if you had gotten the enthusiasm you wanted? Maybe we can try that right now. Let's start over. Let's hit rewind on the last 4 minutes of radio.
Because Mike is pumped, right? All these young kids coming in, first road playoff game, going to feel Miami's wrath, the fans, the excitement in the building, right? Like they're going to feel that. They think they're going to feel it at 7 o'clock. I'm telling you, they're not going to feel that until about 7:45. Okay? That's when they'll start feeling this, this incredible Heat home court advantage that we have. Not at 7 when the game starts. Thinking right around 8:15, those guys are going to get rattled.
All right, so let's do this way. Let's do it Mike's way. Let's try to do it Mike's way. Mike this is not insincere. Mike is gassed up about this playoff game.
We're going to do this?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Let's do this.
You're gonna do this?
Let's do this. We're going to restart the show here. We're going to pretend now that the show is starting.
Oh.
Look at Chris. That's why Chris is my number one.
Yes, Chris is dancing right now.
I'm like the glue guy on the bench. I can bring it anytime.
Yeah, well, it looks like it, man. You're
my
back
favorite
there.
girl.
He's dancing.
Forever, my girl.
Yes. Yeah. So, we need music. What do we need? Let's pretend.
Oh yeah, I need music.
Okay.
Yeah, just let the guys handle it.
All right. No, I will, but just let me set it up for the audience because soon there will be 2 seconds of silence when I stop speaking. There will be 2 to 3 seconds of silence. During that time, the previous 5 minutes will be erased from time, and you will be starting your radio show experience in a way that makes you feel like a giant basketball game, the biggest in years, is being played in Miami tonight, and the flagship station, 790 The Ticket, proud home for your Miami Heat.
So no fine for Mike?
No fine?
Tonight!
Okay, here we go.
Joel Embiid is doubtful.
Oh!
Guess what else is doubtful?
What?
The Sixers' chances in this series.
Process this.
Dario Saric's hair is receding.
Uh-oh.
You know what else is receding?
What?
The Sixers' chances. Kevin Love's hand is stiff. You know what else is stiff?
Uh-oh.
My jump!
Oh!
Because Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat are taking this all the way to Larry.
Larry. Come on over, Larry. Fourth ring.
Robert Covington.
Covington.
Robert Nothington.
Nothington.
Dario Saric. Dario, sorry. Wait till next year.
Stepped on your line. I'm sorry.
That was a really good line, too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's take it from the top.
That's a fun.
All right, let's do it again.
Dario Saric. Yeah. Dario, sorry. You'll have to wait till next season.
Yeah!
Yeah!
That's what he said.
Hey!
Ben Simmons.
Oh.
Don't get me started. I've had a problem with you since your country went against Goran Dragic.
Yeah.
And you want to know why he had that layup late?
Why?
Ask your parliament, dude. That one was for Australia. Tonight, it's for Goran.
Okay.
Weird tangent there.
Brett Brown. More like Brett going down.
Oh, my God.
That's my girl,
He's
Chris.
going down.
Roy, you're up. We're going to cipher this now.
Guillermo, why are you shaking your head no? What, Guillermo, are you going to say anything? Are you going to help anybody, or are you just going to judge all this from afar?
$59 gets you into the biggest game ever tonight.
Joel Embiid.
Uh-oh.
More like Noel Embiid.
Roy's in the game. Guillermo, why are you sitting this out, you no-fun-having urinator? Why are you sitting it out, Guillermo? Get fired up.
Go, Billy. You do one. You do one.
You do one, Billy.
You do one.
The 76ers, more like the 70 Stinkers.
No, that's not good. That wasn't any good. Your heart wasn't in it. $2.
In your face, Allison.
In your face, Allison.
Where is she? Where are you? I want a piece. Come and get one. Come and get it. I got my Wolverine claws.
Yes,
out, man.
Allison, come get some.
JJ Red Dick.
Don't go there.
What happened?
Whoa.
Dump it.
That was
bad judgment. He has very bad judgment.
Okay.
Terrible judgment.
Good save.
Stugotz, you want to do one?
Oh, I got it there. Hold on.
You want to join the cipher? Let's go.
You got to give me a second here.
Okay, what are you doing?
Wait till a texter writes your joke?
Yes, he's...
Well, I fed you all mine.
Hold on. What are they? Whoa! Oh!
Back to the shadows.
Of all people. Et tu, Stugotz. Et tu.
What is the text line that people can give you jokes so that we can wait around until you get the right joke that you need? What? I forgot the text line. What is it? What is the text line?
Kevin Hart.
679.
Hold on.
More like Kevin Farts.
That's all right. He likes fart jokes.
Oh, yeah. Bathroom human. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Brett Brown. More like Brett Clown. Dexter's coming strong.
Brett's going to be brown, all right, in his pants because he's going to take a dookie after what?
Yes.
He's going to take a dookie.
Stugotz, just keep it coming on the text line. Stugotz, keep stealing the jokes.
Ilya Slova.
I'm doing knee highs.
Mike Ryan is doing actual knee highs for some reason.
Ben Simmons,
Oh, yeah.
more like Ben Loser.
$2.
Yeah, Billy. Woo!
No, not yet, Billy. Chris, don't celebrate that. He doesn't understand how to do it, and his heart's not in it. Billy ruined it.
Wow, music.
No, we're not out of music. Billy ruined it. No, just go to commercial because Billy ruined it.
Ryan! I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it.
What is it, Linda?
I think we should see other people.
Are you breaking up with me? On a roller coaster?
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Maybe we should stay together.
An emotional roller coaster? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I just need a little me time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Don Batard.
Is The Undertaker the best name in the history of wrestling? 66% of the audience said yes.
No, you're just wrong, man. It's a monsoon of gorillas. Stugotz.
It's not just a monsoon. It's not just a gorilla. It's a monsoon of gorillas. How could there be a better name than Gorilla Monsoon? Like, how could you people be so wrong about this? What is the matter with you people? The Undertaker cannot be a better name than Gorilla Monsoon. A monsoon, not a tsunami, not a storm, not a thunderclap. A damn monsoon of gorillas.
It's a haystack of Calhouns.
Wow.
Not as impressive as a monsoon of gorillas.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
So Mike and everybody's now arguing because during the break we couldn't figure out how to do this correctly because Mike Ryan is genuinely enthused about Game 3 of the playoffs. That is not insincere. He's a Heat super fan. Everything he does on this show is unreasonably Heat super fanish. But no one else here is actually that fired up about the Heat playing the Sixers, even as I find it interesting. And part of this is because we all knew what real love was. It was 2010 through 2014. And after 2014, hearts broken, we've settled for whatever this thing is that comes after love. But it ain't love. It ain't what that was. And so Billy and Chris and Roy are just yawningly indifferent about this.
We're settling. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
We're settling for these playoff games, and so they can't find the enthusiasm necessary to make this feel like NBA playoff basketball as taught to us by the Godfather, Pat Riley, by LeBron James, GOAT when he was here, traitor when he's gone.
You don't think Billy got him at the end? Because I thought
I'm in, man. I'm in. This convinced me. I'm in tonight.
He assassinated that man's
Time's
character.
this game at?
7 p.m.
7, wow.
7, yeah.
All right. I like it. Early start. Yep. I don't like these late playoff games, do you? 8 o'clock starts are way too late.
So annoying.
You'll love Saturday at 2:30 p.m.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. And then a nice early dinner afterwards, in bed by 8:39. Dream Friday.
After your stroll
Saturday.
around the neighborhood with your girlfriend?
I don't think I'm going to have time to stroll. I'm going to be hooked to the Heat. Yeah. White hot. Woo!
So you got any more insults for Philadelphia? Do you guys want? Hold on a second. How do you want to do this? Do you guys want to ratchet it back up slowly? Do you want to ratchet it up quickly? Do you want to restart the show again? Playoff basketball, baby, a home game, a home playoff game. It's the big time now. This is big boy time. Miami Heat in 2 seconds. Unleash it.
Yeah.
You thought we were done.
We're back.
You thought we were finished.
We're not
We
done.
back,
What?
Marco Bellinelli.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
More like
Yeah.
Marco Smellinelli.
Wow.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Yeah.
More like Web Embiid.
See what you did there?
He's always injured.
He's always hurt.
It scares you when you read all of the symptoms, but then
He's always hurt.
he's always hurt.
You know how before the playoffs, Pat Riley would dump his head in an ice bucket for 25 minutes?
Yeah.
That's right.
Now he's just dumping his head in the Sixers' perimeter shooting. Billy, you go.
25 minutes.
Billy, you go. Now that you're feeling it, Billy, you go.
Billy, you go. Billy, you got
Come on,
nothing.
Bill.
Oh, Billy's
Come on,
looking
Bill.
around. Billy.
Come on, you're feeling it now.
Hold on, let
You're
me
on
get the
board.
roster up. Hold on a second.
Okay,
okay,
hold up,
okay.
hold up,
All right.
everybody.
Markel Fultz.
Yeah.
More like Markel Empty.
I got it. Oh! It's a good one.
His name's full.
After this 5-game series, he's going to be left broken like his shot.
Yeah.
In 2018, am I allowed to make fun of someone's mental toughness? I'm just asking the question.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Speaking from a naive place because I haven't dealt with that, yo.
It's JJ ridiculous that you're paying this guy $23 million a year.
Boom! Guillermo's good with the fake sincerity.
But Markel, I appreciate that you're going public with your struggles, and I continue to root for you. Just not in this series.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Okay, well, Mike, I think you might need a full-blown apology instead of a funny one. I think you might want to apologize in 2018 for anything regarding mental health.
Eric Snow. More like Eric No.
Oh, wait a minute, but Eric Snow played for them 20 years ago.
Oh, whatever.
I don't understand. What does that have to... Okay.
Sixer.
Well, like I said, we're not good at this, so we're going to bring in the biggest...
AI?
Yeah.
More like A.
Aye. Not Allen Iverson. Allen, I never won.
Yeah. All right.
Hispanic demos.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Hey, why don't you fix your stupid belt, Philadelphia? It's cracked.
Yeah. Get spell's been broken for 200 years.
We got him.
Yeah.
Woo!
You got this, man.
All right, but because we are interested in nothing more than fairness, the other side is going to be making an appearance here.
Philly cheese steak. Yeah. More like Philly cheese stinks.
Okay.
All right, well, here comes, on behalf of Philadelphia, the Philadelphia native, Allison, loves Philadelphia like very few people in the world do, wanted to go to the Super Bowl to root on the Eagles, even though she hates our show. Allison, talk trash on behalf of the 76ers.
Justice Winslow. More like Bustus.
Wow. Hey, that's
Winslow.
Me. Oh,
Winslow. Oh, Winslow. Sorry.
Winslow.
Bustus Winslow.
All right.
Give me another one.
Back away from that hot mic.
Wow. You owe that man an apology.
More like Bustus Winslow.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
No, that's not it. I have so much more, Dan. I waited my whole life for this.
All right, hold on a second.
Oh, God, no.
Hassan Whiteside?
Yeah.
More like Hassan White. Psych, I'm not playing tonight.
No! That one hurt. Man, like that one actually hurt.
But we hope he doesn't play
The
tonight.
way that she said it, I had no idea she was going to say something bad about it.
Why? That's so mean.
Tonight's a whiteout, all right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what they call a Whiteside. DNP.
Oh, the delivery was weak on
I mean the delivery, yeah, because
You want to try it again? You want to try it again?
Yeah, try it again. One more time.
Okay, I'll try it again.
Reset. Deep breath.
It just did. Oh, you want me to do it? Okay,
Yeah, the same
relax,
one, yeah.
relax,
Yeah.
relax.
$2.
Going well.
Tonight's a whiteout, all right.
What?
That's what they call a Whiteside. DNP.
How dare you?
You ice queen.
Rude.
You're so frosty.
Josh Richardson said that so well.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Has the perfect jersey number.
Why?
What?
Because he's a 0.
That one hurts. Wow.
Stop. You're killing me here.
Someone stop her.
Good God.
Bam Adebayo.
Don't you dare. Don't
More like Bum Adebayo.
You are crossing lines.
Oh, well, you notice she didn't come after Wade because she knows better.
Dwayne Wade is so old.
No, don't you dare.
How old is he? How old is he?
36.
You liar! That's ridiculous to say such a stupid thing.
Get her out of here.
Stop it.
All right, you win this round.
We'll win tonight.
Yes, when it matters.
Yes.
Lord, she is icy, man. She comes out and just rains.
She truly made this personal.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're playing around.
When he does what he did last night, you miss him.
It's 2 nights ago. That's fine.
Yeah, big.
No, I was talking LeBron.
Oh, that hurts.
You're at it too?
Get back here and get back here now.
Not you.
You guys thought I was talking about Wade 2 nights ago. No, I'm talking about when LeBron was here. This is what it felt like every day. Every day was up in our bones. LeBron was here 2010, 2014, and it's why today doesn't feel like that. To Billy, Chris, and Roy. Although, Mike, does it really feel like that to you? I know you love this team. I know you're fired up. I know nothing brings out your civic pride like this Miami Heat team. But are you in the same emotional place? And I think this is where we lost Billy, Chris, Roy on the interest level. LeBron took it with him. Like, that was such a frenzied, crazy period that everyone fell in love. It was the hottest of sex. And now afterward, we're left with what tonight is, which is a pretty cool playoff game, but not that.
It's like heroin. Usually I just have to take 1 dose when LeBron's here. Now I just have to double it up. It's all right. Same high. Twice the damage. Yeah.
Because what he did last night, it brought you back, did it not?
What LeBron did, it made me miss him, but what D Wade did 2 nights ago was so much better, so much cooler. It means so
both
much
of them,
more.
Though.
It means so much more when D Wade does it.
Chris is making a face. He's like, I don't know know what Wade did 2 nights ago.
What's cooler, 29 points from D. Wade in, 20-something minutes? Or 40 whatever points from LeBron James?
46.
46, whatever.
Yeah.
Championships are fun.
Yeah, well, we'll show you.
Mike, I'll remind you had them together.
Yeah.
With Bosch. And then everybody in the league, every Shane Battier in the league wandered over and said, well, can I be your Ilyasova?
Remember Birdman?
Birdman was fun.
Birdman was fun. That wasn't even for the first title. Yeah, we had Joel. Joel Anthony, man.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but it'll get back there. We're going to get back to the promised land, clearly.
This is taking a weird path, man, We got a playoff game tonight. You know what Wayne's going to do tonight, Mike?
What?
Give them Hellington!
That's a good prediction right there. Yeah.
Long distance shooting.
Yeah.
That's the way we do things around here now.
We used to dunk.
We used to dunk.
All right. Okay.
Dan Le Batard.
Oh, say, can you see
Stugotz.
and the Rockets red flag? Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
For the land of the free.
Stugotz, during the break, just made a joke and then turned away from me, wheezing in red, saying I'm embarrassed. He says, I've got a whole idea for Allison as a character. As a reporter in Philadelphia, we'll call her Sal Al.
Or Al Pal. Oh, the shipping container likes it. Not so embarrassed anymore.
The shipping
That's a good
container
idea.
likes it. Hold on. Is the idea a good one? Put it on the poll, Guillermo. Should we turn Allison Turner into Philadelphia reporter Sal Al? Al Sal. It would be a pretty funny way to make fun of the self-seriousness of the NFL and the NFL reporting.
Sal Al Antonio.
I think we might, let's figure out how to do this. Go ahead and create that character. That's a good idea. Much like with Stugotz, man, this is a tricky thing with Stugotz. You never know. There are 100 terrible ideas. And every once in a while, this show springs from one of them. The entire thing, the entire universe. So anyway, we were talking about Heat basketball. Mike's all excited. Guillermo wants to talk about the Marlins. Like, Guillermo is insisting, like he's pushing people out of the way. He's like, I don't want to talk about the Heat. I want to talk about my beloved Marlins. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with Guillermo. He hates the Marlins. He won't pay for the Marlins. He loves the Marlins. He can't stop talking about the Marlins.
Big 4-game set coming up against the Brew Crew, Dan. You excited? Yeah, we're going to run into Yelly. I think he just came off the DL. Revenge games for Yelly.
Nice.
Fun little 5-12 team we got going on here.
Hold on. What do you want from Yelly? Like, what is the desired outcome for revenge game Yelich?
Well, here's the thing. Me and Yelly are not on the best of terms just because someone went to a spring training game and they were right up next to Yelly and they were telling Yelly to, like, I told him, say what's up to Yelly for me. And then they tried to get Yelly talking back to me and he refused. And they're like, but they talk about you on the show all the time. He's like, I've never been on that show. Ooh. Yeah, so he's feuding with us. I don't know what his problem is. We've been so supportive of this team. I don't understand the bad will that they have towards us.
I don't feel like we've been so supportive toward this team.
I do.
I think you got some blind spots in that area.
How are we not supportive of this team?
We're not supportive of ownership, but I think of the team.
The team that Yelly was on, we were very supportive. Last year we were super supportive.
Yes.
Super supportive.
The optics of fighting the commissioner of baseball really changed things.
Yeah.
No, there's only one of us responsible for that.
Good job, Dan.
Why'd I do that?
Lots going on with this team, Dan. Did you see Jose's mom came out yesterday? That's making news because she broke her silence. She said that they made her take all the stuff out of the locker.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh no. Where's this story headed?
But
wait a minute. Wait. So Jose Fernandez is it's an intensely personal story for Miami Cubans. It's hard to even explain to the country, right, Stugotz? What Jose Fernandez as a symbol meant to Cuban Americans in Miami. And his death, turning into a sports topic, young man flames out, would have had $250 million guaranteed. The American dream, amazing Cuban story. To have that die in a boat wreck on cocaine is, it's dispiriting if you care about sports in those unreasonable ways. And so you're going to tell me something that's going to make me even sadder about this story, because now his mother suffering a pain that has to be the worst pain a human being can feel, the loss of a child, burying your child before he buries you. That woman is saying what? Because no one's winning arguments with that woman. Like, if anyone is trying to argue on behalf of something else, that's not an argument you can win.
Well, so it came out before the season that they had emptied out his locker, and he said, we spoke to the family, whatever, they came, they took his stuff out. So yesterday she broke his silence. I don't know if you saw, about a week or so ago, his family's lawyer put out like a response to the investigation. They are insinuating that there was some sort of, the investigation is faulty, I would say, is the safest way of saying what they're saying. They're kind of making it seem like he was framed for the accident.
But
so yesterday,
but they're fighting over $200 million here, right? Everybody's fighting over what his future earnings would have been, and now we come to the messy part of grieving. People fighting over the inheritance, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, yeah, I think that the two other victims are suing his estate, I think, for $2 million each. So, the lawyer obviously is putting out things saying he's not responsible. So yesterday she spoke for the first time in a while, and they were saying that the house is in foreclosure now, which is because they haven't gotten any money out of anything, that they were going to, there were talks about a statue and maybe naming a street around the stadium after him and a park where the statue would be, I'm assuming, and that those seem to have all kind of gone away, and that the team had her come in and clean out his locker when she assumed that it was going to be there
Help me do this, okay? Please help me figure out, you guys, with some meaning and some purpose. Help me actually not be a marching band to nowhere. Help me figure out how it is we can help make happen for that family some of the things that need to happen for that family.
Ooh, that's kind of controversial. For a lot of the reasons that the Marlins took that stuff down. It got a little complicated.
Okay, I know it's complicated, but help me figure out how to work around the complications. Like, this story, this kid comes to this country, the things that have happened with these baseball players being trafficked into this country, the horror stories that Livan Hernandez and El Duque Hernandez can tell you about this baseball human trafficking that has happened to just people have been imprisoned over it, just people fighting over money because these domestic arms are worth so much over here. This guy comes over here and was going to be the next big thing in the sport, power arm. He was a Scott Boras client. He was going to make $250 million. He was going to have those riches. And in the middle of that, baseball, while his grandmother is on the roof, okay? He's pitching in the All-Star game. His grandmother is on the roof of her home in Cuba listening to the game the only way she can. On the roof, because that's where the transistor radio gets the reception they need. Grandma's climbing up to the roof in Cuba because she doesn't have freedom, but her grandson is a $250 million arm pitching in the All-Star game. You get that family over here. You get that family over here in a way that everyone in this city who knows anything about Cuba and Cuban Americans in this city understands. Like, in a way that I don't even have to explain. Many of you understand just by being this close to it for all these years in Miami, being this close to the Cuban American story, whether you hate us or you love us, you've been so close to it that you know it. And some of you feel like the Elian Gonzalez stuff in your bones when the Cubans feel lonely on this stuff. And what I am telling you about this story is whatever is around it, legal, cocaine, there have to be ways to genuinely help these people. As they got over here to live the American dream, it exploded in their faces, and now everyone's fighting over the money. That grandmother who got over here didn't do anything to deserve that. Like, whatever controversy there is about this family and whatever the legalities are, and I don't know what any of the legalities are because right now I'm talking out of my foot, but I do want to figure out, like, how can you not feel? Look, man, you can judge Jose Fernandez all you want and say, oh, rat, bleepity, bleepity, bleep, do cocaine, you took your life into your own hands. But the family that he got over here to freedom, man, they didn't do anything to deserve any of what's in their life right now. Like, they weren't doing the cocaine. They didn't wreck the boat. They didn't kill anybody. They just came to this country looking for freedom, and freedom that arm brought. That arm reached across that belief in communism to bring that arm over, to bring that family over here. Reach across that ocean where people are dead. Bodies are dead from trying to cross that ocean.
And so you want to find ways, because you're right. It's not the family's fault. Find ways. We should be searching for ways to help this family.
Well, but Mike is saying to me, and look, man,
we're talking about the family here, Mike.
But Mike is saying this is controversial, and I'm stepping into something here where I don't know the details of the legalities when there is a death and there are victims and there's, you've got, if Jose Fernandez were alive and had survived that, he'd be going to jail right now for killing the two people that were on that boat.
Right, which is your blind spot, because you're choosing, hypothetically here, to help a family that's probably positioned best out of the ones that have been affected. There are two other families.
Okay, and there's where I want the help with the blind spots. Like, this is the place, like, I'm not interested in doing a controversial thing in any way whatsoever. I'm interested in just not this being a disaster story at every bleeping turn where all you notice is, yeah, we're cleaning out the locker, we're taking down the statues, the new regime doesn't remember Jose Fernandez, doesn't care about him, the story doesn't mean anything to it, let's just brush it all into the closet, and let's put the family in there too. Let's put all the families in there too. Just let's brush all that into the closet and see if we could get it out of the way, because none of it feels good.
Now, the Marlins said they're disputing the accusations. They said they've been in constant communication with that family, and they've discussed a memorial that will stay around Marlins Park forever.
Well, we'll be able to talk to David Sampson about some of this stuff whenever he comes on, because I mean, he's told us before that they have helped that family in financial ways. And, they don't help very many people in financial ways. The Marlins' reputation is not helping many people. Like, Jeffrey Luria and David Sampson have at every turn seemed to be very interested in caring about that family, and not just for optics, and have gotten mad at Scott Boras for pretending to care. Like, that's how it's been represented to us.
In fairness to the new regime, they did put up a plaque, but I guess they're saying that this is not what they were promised.
The attorney for the family yesterday said the investigation was botched at best and purposely fudged at worst to fit a narrative.
What's a way to help, though? You guys understand the story I'm telling. Is the only way to help telling people out there, sort of explaining to them the story and then having them either moved or not moved by it in a way that would help? Because I don't know. The way that I frame that for you, you have to feel. How can you not feel for Jose Fernandez's family? And I'm not saying that I'm allowed to limit that compassion and it excludes the pain of the other families. I'm saying Jose Fernandez is the sports story that connected with the Cuban American community down here and made us feel something larger. That doesn't make him more important than the victims or the families.
We'll investigate to see what sort of funds are set up for all those affected.
More to the point, I just ruined the show, right?
You did. Well, it's also incredibly complicated for us as ESPN employees too. This is a bizarre sort of situation, and like I said, I'm worried about the other two families here too.
Yeah, no, you mentioned that.
There's an investigation that's been conducted, and no matter what the attorney for the Fernandez estate says, that investigation so far has been conclusive to lead us to the point to believe that there's validity potentially to the lawsuits that the other families are filing.
Is there do the Fernandezes know how to speak English? Like, can we talk to the mother?
They might. I think it would be smart, regardless of the language barrier. They'd probably direct us to their legal counsel.
Well, but no, I just want to understand. Okay, maybe they will do that, but I do want to understand transparently in front of the audience, because this is all being thought out in real time. What's the best thing to do that actually helps? Like, if I want to know what her story is, and maybe these are all private conversations I should be having.
I mean, it's the only look. You can't really replace what's been ripped away from them. There are tangible things that are now, as you mentioned, the house is in foreclosure. There are tangible things that they're clearly seeking with a lawsuit that they believe would help.
But how this is what I'm asking you, Mike, okay? As it relates to the Fernandez family specifically, if what you're saying is true, let's just assume that it's not about lawyers, that it's simply true, that the family of Jose Fernandez is going to lose their home and doesn't have the ability to sort of get another home, or is going to need help getting another home. What is
downsize? Downsize is an option too.
Yes,
the house that's probably in foreclosure is well above their means without a living all-star baseball player.
But Dan's looking for ways for them to not have to do that.
Yes, I understand, Mike.
And Mike, your point is a good one.
Everything you're saying is totally fair.
No, your point is a good one. Helping, first off, thinking about all three families affected, and maybe trying to help all three families. I don't know. What we
but again, bringing it back, I ruined the show again, right? You guys were doing talking.
You did.
Yeah, you did. You did.
All right, can we get back there? Is it too late?
I'm not. Well, now there's all sorts of pressure to see this cause out.
No. But but just stop for a second. We'll get back to the cause. Heat basketball, Heat playoff game tonight. A million forgivenesses for getting emotional and sentimental there. Just Heat playoff game.
Huge game. Dwayne Wade, obviously, I don't know if he can do it again. All I'm thinking about is death.
Yeah, good luck with that transition.
And foreclosures. She's not fluent in English, the mother. That's fine.
So you guys aren't going to you guys aren't. I'm going to ruin it.
Do you want to do the interview in Spanish?
Yeah, well, the interview in Spanish would be English, journalism. It would feel like journalism.
I think all of this. I wish we could turn back time.
Yeah.
So when? We could. We did that before. Remember when we did that thing where we turned back time? Hold on, let's turn back time.
Oh yeah, hold on. Sal Al is
hold on. Okay, no, right there's where you want to go back to. Sal Al.
Al Pal.
No, back further than that. Heat playoff basketball. Back further than that.
That wasn't a terrible idea. We lose that idea if we go back. There's no turning back. You wipe the history books.
Yeah, it never happened.
We lose the idea?
Yeah, you lose the idea forever.
Yeah. I imagine we were going to go from Sal Al to back into Heat stuff. Heat,
but you can't
but we didn't.
Al Pal.
Well, tell me what to do then, because now I'm lost. I'm leaking confidence because I ruined the segment, the show. I ruined the fun. Is this going to help? I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I did the whole
It's all right.
Cuban sports poem thing, and you guys were just
all good, man.
To do a Heat playoff game. Which movie character are you most like?
Wow.
That's a good one. Let's go around the room. Let's do it quickly. We're almost out of time. Chris, which movie character are you most like?
Thanks for going to me first. Ace Ventura.
Movie character. Okay, go ahead. Billy, how about you?
He's an actor, but people say I'm like Michael Cera.
Okay. Roy, what about you? Which movie character are you most like?
Red from Shawshank Redemption.
Funny. Would have been funnier if you'd gone a white guy. Mike, which character are you most like?
Castor Troy.